Um, Let me say a little bit about the personalities of the men who were attracted to commodities trading. And I say men. I mean, I think I did hear that now and then there was an occasional woman, but it was basically an extremely male culture. The men were physically active, often extremely impulsive, making snap decisions, but living their lives in general that way. They were given to many fast-paced activities, outside the trading floors, like driving sports cars, over all-terrain vehicles, jet skiing. They gambled. A lot of them drank a lot. They used recreational drugs a lot. They went to sporting events, at rock concerts, often spending a lot of money on getting very good tickets, ringside seats at the Knicks, things like that. They lived a kind of, a life that was full of stimulation and excitement. That's what they craved. I came to think rather quickly that most of the traders had some form of attention deficit disorder. Their minds were sort of like hyperactive. They needed to be related to a world that was fast-moving, that was equal to their minds. Because otherwise they get bored, they get distracted, they couldn't concentrate. But if the market was there, and it was like lively and it was happening fast, they could tune into it. So their hyperactive minds were gratified by having an object to focus on that was equal to those active minds. As you can imagine, given this profile, many of them had troubled backgrounds. They had found their way to the floor after unsuccessful efforts at other kinds of careers or other jobs. A fairly high percentage of them had not attended college and had gotten their chance at trading from a family member or a friend who was a trader and hired them originally as clerks or runners, to help them with their own trading business. And then they were sponsored or staked by someone on the floor, given a chance, so to speak. And the ones that were good took advantage of it and made money and profited and went out on their own, and then others didn't. So there was a constant sort of recruitment of people from the margins, as it were, talent that was sort of given the chance to succeed. Many of them hadn't attended college, but on the other hand, there were people who had gone to Princeton and Harvard and other Ivy League universities, or just had decent college educations. It was a very, very mixed bag. And I think that speaks also to the fact that it was a community that valued talent. This was not about status. Where you went to college, what kind of degree you had, mattered nothing in this group. It was how good you were as a trader. It was, in a sense, really sort of democratic in that way. So you could say that the culture was decidedly adolescent, filled with insults, horseplay, vulgar comments, practical jokes, bravado, boasting. In terms of psychological, psychotherapeutic, psychoanalytic terms, you could say the market was pervaded by sibling and oedipal rivalries, un-metabolized aggression, and narcissistic aggrandisement. But basically, they were adolescents. The commodities exchange had strict rules against fighting because there was so much potential for fighting on the floor, so much aggression, and fighting actually happened. And there was a lot of suspicion and betrayal, so how come you didn't offer that contract to me? Didn't you hear me? I bid on it. That sort of thing. Emotions ran very high. And so actually they were very good as a community. As soon as someone did get into a fight, and literally a fisticuffs or a shoving match, they'd come in, they'd stop it because they knew that that was something really quite dangerous.